types of access modifiers we have in C#. We'll see now. So now in this case, I'm going to create one table for the access modifier and the class within the assembly, derived class outside the assembly, uh, other assembly, derived class, non-derived class. Like this, I'm going to create the access modifiers. Now, what is access modifier? So, access modifier, we have different types of access modifiers like private, protected, internal, internal, public. Like this. Like this, we have the access modifiers. Suppose within the class, derived class within assembly or namespace, non-derived class in within assembly. Other assembly. Okay, let's see now. How in these scenarios, how this is going to work, we'll see now. So now, so these are all the different types of scenarios what we have to cover for each. So now, so we have different types of access modifiers. So how it behave on each scenario, let's see now. Suppose, for example, if it is a private access modifier or a private access specifier, you could able to access only within the class, nowhere else. Only you could able to access within the class. Nowhere else you can access. Public, anywhere, no restriction. Okay. So now, how this protected will work? Protected will work, yes, within class. Derived class within the assembly, yes. Non-derived class within the assembly, no. Okay. Which will work within class and derived class, either within same assembly or different assembly also. If it is a derived class, you can able to access. For non-derived classes, it can't access when it is a protected. Protected means within class and in derived class, either within assembly or different assembly also. If it is a derived class, we could able to access the protected members. If it is a internal means within namespace or assembly. So everywhere you could able to access here. Okay. So not other places. This is internal. Yes. 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 Okay. So other places it is no, no. Within internal means within assembly or within namespace. Okay. So now, what is protected internal? It is protected plus internal. As a internal, I should able to access here, right? Within assembly or within namespace. Just a moment, guys. So, and it is protected as well, right? So we should able to access in derived class in other assembly as well. So non-derived class we can't access. Okay, this is your protected internal. So this is your public internal, protected internal, private. Okay, so private means we could able to access only within the class. So nowhere outside the class we can't access. So if it is public, there is no restriction. We could able to access. We could able to access anywhere. There is no restriction. So protected means only within the class and the derived class. Either it can be same assembly or different assembly. Doesn't matter. If it is a derived, we could able to access. Internal means within assembly or within namespace. There is no restriction. Either derived class or non-derived class doesn't matter. We could able to access. Protected internal, since it is internal, we could able to access within the namespace, and since it is protected as well, so we can able to access in the other derived class also in other assembly. So this is how access modifiers or access specifiers in C#. Okay, so let's see practically how it will work. So what I'll do, I'll go to my Visual Studio. I'll go to this. Let's change your main method. So now what will do, access modifiers. I'll take a class called bird. Okay, this I'll make it as public. So in this, I'm going to take some properties. Okay, private int bird ID. Protected string bird name. Get set. Bird ID also, I'll go get set. integer, string. Next, internal int bird age, getter and setter. Protected internal protected internal bool bird gender, getter and setter. So why I am creating different access modifiers, we have to see how each thing will work, right? So where and all we could able to access, we have to see now. That's why. Okay. Bird ID, bird name, age, gender, and public. um, Decimal, bird weight, bird weight. Okay, these are all the properties I have. Similarly, I will create the methods like this: public or private, void, get bird ID or display bird ID. This is my method. Okay. Now here, what it will display console.write line bird. Okay. Okay. So this is going to get the display the bird ID is morning. Bird ID is, what is bird ID? It is going to display here bird ID like this. So similarly, we'll create different methods. Bird name. This is to display the bird name. Okay. Next, bird age. Okay. Next, bird weight. Like this. Okay, these are all the methods like bird ID, bird name, bird age, bird weight. Okay, like this we have. And what is the access modifiers? First one private, second one protected, third one internal, fourth one protected internal, this is public, no? Where is this is private? Where was something we missed? Name, age, gender, gender missed. Hmm. So for private done, protected done, internal done. Okay, next public is also done. Okay, now we have to take your protected internal. So now I have a main method. Okay, so here I can able to call your private method. Okay, so this is my bird class. Okay, so if I have one more class like this, what is class? So class ended here, class eagle. Okay, so which is derived from your bird class, derived from your bird class. And I'll create one more class parrot, which is not derived from your bird class. Okay, this is derived class, this is non-derived class. Okay, so here what and all we will get? Public void get features. Okay, I'll create the object for eagle. Eagle equals to new eagle. Okay. So now eagle dot bird age we are able to get. Okay, bird age equals to 10. Eagle dot bird gender we are able to get equals 1. It's a bool only. Bool only. Okay, true. Okay, next eagle dot bird weight. Bird name also we are getting. Bird name equals to eagle. Eagle dot bird age equals to age is done. Weight 0.5. M for decimal. Okay, for float F double D decimal M. Okay, so what are the methods now? Eagle dot display bird name bird name which is your protected. Since it is a derived class, you are able to access it. Correct? Bird age, which is your internal. Bird gender, which is your protected internal. Bird weight, which is your public. So these are all the things we are able to access in a within assembly, within namespace, derived class. Okay. So similarly, So whatever private is there, you can't access anywhere. Got it? If you try to access also outside of the class, you will get error. Eagle dot word id equals to 1001. You will get error. Can't access private. Right? Similarly, for your method also. Got it? So now same thing. Let me try to access in the non-derived class within assembly. Okay. Now, so what is this? Protected, we are not able to access in same assembly. Why? Because it is a, why we are not able to access protect? Because it should be within class or a derived class, not other class. Correct? Within assembly also other class we can't access. So we can't access the protected. Got it? So now this is in within assembly. Any doubts here? Are you clear? So now what I'll do, I'll create a different assembly. How you create a different assembly? Right click here, add a new project, add new project, class library, console application, click next, console app 8. The bird and everything I'll keep in this library. We can have one namespace like this. Namespace. So like this, I'm going to create the assembly now. So everything we have in this assembly. So now once you build this, we could able to get this outside. Okay, there is no main method. Okay, so there should be a main method. So in the main method, we could able to access everything. Correct? So now this thing I need to access here. So here I'll create a different classes. So I will create one peacock. So peacock, which is a derived class from bird. So if you want to access, see this, we have to give the reference to that. Okay, so now how can I give this? So this is your console app 8. We have to give the reference. How to add reference? See here, guys. Dependencies is there, no? Okay. Right click, add project reference. Console app 8. Click on OK. It is going to add your reference. Now you could able to access AB first take access modifiers. This is your namespace. So now what are the things you could able to access here? Change it to error class name peacock. So here also we can't access internal, we can't access here. Why? Because so internal we can't access means internal means within the namespace or assembly, correct? So outside assembly we can't access. So that's why I can't access the internal here. So here also can't access internal. So if it is a non-derived class, coil, non-derived class in other assembly, so you can't access the protected. You can't access the internal. You can't access the protected internal. So only thing you can able to access, which is your public. Which is your bird. Which is only one thing, which is nothing but your public things you could able to access. Where? Here. Non-derived class in other assembly. Correct? Understood, guys? Any doubts here? So first thing what we have implemented, I have created a bird class. So we have given all the access modifiers with all the access methods. Private thing, nowhere we can access, only here in main method you can able to access within the class. That is nothing but your private. So protected means, what are the protected? Bird name. Okay, you can able to access derived class. Bird name, yes. Get bird name, yes. So non-derived class you can't access. And derived class in other assembly also you can access. Okay. In other class also, we could able to access in other assembly also. If it is a derived class, we can access protected things, which is nothing but your code name. Okay. Internal means within the assembly. Protected internal, protected plus internal. Public means there is no restriction, you could able to access anywhere. Okay. So this is about access modifiers in C#.